going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. We're here today for part 2 of our Madden 20 realistic rebuild of the Dallas Cowboys. As you can see, we're ending year 5, our starting point, with a Super Bowl victory over the Houston Texans. We have 2 Super Bowl victories over the Houston Texans already, and we are on pace for this to be the greatest, most successful rebuild we've done in Madden 20, which is very annoying to me as an Eagle fan, as we currently sit through 5 seasons with 5 divisional titles and 3 Super Bowls, which ties the most successful realistic rebuild that we've had so far for any of the other teams, which was 5-3, very similarly with the Oakland/Las Vegas Raiders. But that, the 5-3 at the Vegas Raiders, was through 10 years, and we're already at 5-3 through 5 seasons. However, I do think that there's going to be a little bit of a mini rebuild coming in this 6 through 10 part of the rebuild, just because of where the team is at. Like, as we get ready for the backstretch, you know, Dak Prescott's 32, Zeke Elliott 30, Amari Cooper, who I think we're letting walk in free agency, is 31, Tyron Smith is 34, Zach Martin is 34, Lael Collins is 32, and then you flip to the defense. Tank Lawrence is well up into his 30s at 33. Van Der Esch, like everyone else, is generally still an okay age. I think Neil might be getting up in the 30s, which he is. So, like, we're an old team, and there's going to be a shuffling of our elite talent that we're going to have to try to replace through the draft and through free agency. And I just don't think we're going to maintain this level of dominance, even though we're, you know, as painful as it is, again, as an Eagle fan to do this, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and go 10 for 10. I want to see if I can win the NFC East 10 times in a row with the Dallas Cowboys. And the only way that that starts is in year 6 to continue that, so let's get into it. First free agency period, we don't really have any massive needs, and like all the guys that look somewhat appealing, you know, I like looking when their guys are 23, 24, 25, 26, they have to be a big upgrade. I was thinking about bringing ETN in, but there's already some competitive offers, so generally speaking, we're just going to sit on the outside and sit this free agency period out. So there's some nice players here. Just a couple guys that we got first round grades. Nothing really at a position of need, but there's straight up a quarterback from Ohio State named Human. No, and he's 4.5, 440. A plus. I gotta get this guy. Human. His name's Human. Yes. Yes. We're gonna look at our draft recap. A really solid draft. We got Human. After that, we got Kirkland Wiggins, a hidden dev wide receiver, number 23 in true talent. Getting that in the second round is nice. Plus, we could just stick him there right in the slot. But we do need a receiver that can be groomed to the heir to Amari Cooper. We got a 70 lineman, 66 tackle, 71 tackle, 72 tackle, just kind of bulking up here on the offensive line. But ladies and gentlemen, can I please introduce you to Human? So as we start things off here in year 6, I would love to get Human some snaps here, but ultimately it's still Dak. But Dak was an 87, and he's regressed down to an 82. I'm not exactly sure what that rating was with the confidence. Obviously, it must have been something, because I would hesitate to say that he took a 5-point regression, but anything is possible. Look at the rest of our team. Wiggins, we're going to let our hidden dev wide receiver they drafted in the second round get some snaps. Offensive line, still hanging tough there. Defensively, secondary's kind of going through a little bit of a transitioning period. Anthony Hines III, who we, roster depth special teamer forever at a Texas A&M. We're actually going to give him a chance to start. He was a scheme fit. We moved from mid to linebacker to outside linebacker, and he looks like he'll be ready to take over for KJ Britt real quick. Defensive line is nice, even though we only have 2 are the ugly bronze color. It's still 87 and 79, and they're both under 25 or 25 or under. Yeah, so expectations, I don't really know, but given the fact that we've won 5 divisional titles in 5 years, year 6, that's our goal. The bye here in year 6, 5-2. Exactly where we want to be, top place in the NFC East. So it's, still kind of open, kind of anyone's division, depending on who gets hot or who stays hot to finish out this 2025 season. Contracts, we have Ezekiel Elliott, who is easily the best running back I've seen so far in a rebuild. We have Dwight Samuel, our 87 overall D tackle, who's just about entering his prime. We'll see if we can keep him to his 29. Wants a little bit more money. We have Tank Lawrence. That's a tough sell. There's some tough sells here. Griffith, we give him a 5-year. It's a really nice looking contract. We get him on that. Parrish is solid but replaceable. A lot of these guys are replaceable at the end of the day. Keanu Neal's getting, like, the age just doesn't make sense. Jalen Smith, the age just doesn't make sense. Tank Lawrence, it's time to move. He's going to be like an 81 making 27 mil. I get he's an X factor. We're not actually, if I was actually playing the games, I would want him just to have that X factor ability. But it's a sim, and he has been generally fairly disappointing for like our big time D lineman. Here are his sacks: 5, 8, like he's had one acceptable year and an okay year. That'd be a down year by in real life DeMarcus Lawrence standards. So really not worth the contract. But I think we will come back for Dwight Samuel, just because I think he's going to be one of those guys that's clearly going to develop up into the 90s. At the end of year 6, we make it 6 for 6. The Giants were pretty damn close, but we still finished 12-4, and with that, 6 divisional titles, 3 Super Bowls. It is technically the most successful rebuild we've ever had, and we pretty much knew that was going to happen. Hidden devs. We had 2 hidden devs, the quarterback and the wide receiver. Wiggins came out star. Human, we're still waiting to see. But looking at our stats, how did we get this first round? Actually, let's figure out who we're going to be taking on in the divisional round here. As we look for Super Bowl number 4, it's going to be the Carolina Panthers. Why not? We just play them every single year. And we're going to get a pep talk here from Zach Martin. It's going to be his last hurrah. He's sore, he's tired, he's not as young as he used to be. He wants to win another championship. Okay. We'll try our best. Look at the stats here from year 6. How do we got here? Dak Prescott actually had a nice season. 3,300 yards, 32 touchdowns, 5 picks. Bringing in Human clearly made him want to, play better, play his best football in a long time. Zeke Elliott, massive season. Almost 2,000 rushing yards again and 16 touchdowns. No dominant receiver. Lamb, 760 and 6. I mean, he's developing nicely. He's up to a 97 overall. But I don't think he's had a single season. Has he gone? I don't think he's gone over 1,000 yards yet. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Defensively, Jalen Smith, who might be his final year here in Dallas. 99 tackles, 10 TFLs, 3.5 sacks. We got 12.5 for Gallimore, 11 from DeMarcus Lawrence, but he's in a contract year, so that's kind of expected. But let's look at the career stats here, just in case it is the final year of Jalen Smith, who's been here his whole career. Almost 1,000 tackles. I feel like I should re-sign him. I know he's not going to be it's probably not going to be a great return on investment, but I feel like, yeah, in that final window that you get right before free agency starts, I'll give him a contract. Or at least offer him a contract. I don't know if he will take it or not. But if we can win another Super Bowl, maybe. Just maybe. But we got kickoff here against the 11-5 Carolina Panthers. Team that outside of our division, outside of the NFC East, that I could definitely say has been our biggest rival in this rebuild. It has been technically we have played the Houston Texans twice in the Super Bowl. But within the NFC, it has definitely been the Carolina Panthers. They've been the team that we have locked horns with the most in the playoffs. We know each other like the back of their hands. It's been Zeke Elliott versus Christian McCaffrey time and time again. And I think we played them 3 times and we're 2-1 right now. So I'd love to make that 3-1. I don't know how that just happened. We were just in the red zone and Carolina somehow got like a pick 6 or something. You can't have that. Come on, Dak. I'm not saying he's playing for his career, but when you got a guy named Human on the bench, you're going to want to go on a run. And we handle him 26-22. Dak with a clean game. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, over 100 for Zeke Elliott. And we're moving on to the NFC Championship. Super Bowl on the line. I feel like this has been another matchup. I mean, don't want to sound cocky, but we've been here so much. It's hard to keep track of all the teams we play. But I feel like Arizona have been another team that we have met in the playoffs at least a couple times in our journeys here. But we are looking like the better team. It's Dak Prescott versus Kyler Murray. And we enter the second half up 20-7. Just scoring points, touchdowns, and field goals, alternating every drive. It's not too much of field goals, so we just keep leading here. This looks good, man. Looks like another Super Bowl appearance for the Dallas Cowboys. Why are they so good? Like, I would be like, oh, it's the offensive line in the run game. But, like, when I play with the Eagles have, a similar, maybe not Zeke level, but they have probably a better offensive line from Madden standpoint than the Dallas Cowboys. And we don't play as well. I don't know. There's just something about Dallas, man. Another copy and paste performance from Dak Prescott. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. And we're going back to the Super Bowl. Can we win number 4? And who else will be playing the Super Bowl other than the Houston Texans for the 3rd time? 2-0 against them. Might as well be 3-0. I wonder, like, when the Bills went to 4 straight, did they lose to the same team twice? I feel like they lost to Dallas twice. Maybe I'm wrong. Or like 49ers. I don't know. I can't remember. I feel like it was Dallas. But my football history before I started watching football, it's not the best. It's not the best for any team that's not the Philadelphia Eagles. But we got a close matchup here. Houston goes into halftime with the lead, the rare lead in the Super Bowl. Dallas regains it in the third quarter. Quick turnover there. We got 2 straight touchdowns, starting to pile it up. But Houston is hanging tough. I wouldn't say the other games have been particularly close. This is definitely the closest of our 3 Super Bowl matchups. We have the lead. If we could just kill the clock off, it's over. We get a little touchdown, and there we go! The 3rd time we have beat Houston in the Super Bowl. It's our 4th Super Bowl, and yeah, our most successful rebuild with still 4 more years to go. With 6 divisional titles and 4 Super Bowls, let's just keep on keeping on. Dip our toes in free agency here just a little bit. I couldn't re-sign Jalen Smith. He wanted free agency, so we'll just have to draft a linebacker. Or move this guy to linebacker. Very affordable on his contract. Ashley Burnett, 26, star dev 84. He's almost 230 pounds. I think we could move him to linebacker if we can't draft one. So for our draft class here, we went BPA for the most part. I didn't want to get too crazy, and I simmed that pick. That was awful. But other than that, I mean, I got some 60s. I didn't get a lot in terms of dev trait. We got a 70 normal strong safety, a 71 normal D tackle, a 67 linebacker, trying to find someone that could potentially fill in for Jalen Smith, and I don't know if it's going to be this guy. But we did get the number 3 player in the draft to pick 32 to be Zeke's backup and maybe potential heir sooner or later. Tobias Reed out of Buffalo, 77 hidden dev, 6 feet, 200 pounds. Not a perfect scheme fit, a receiving back right now, but you know, he's not going to have to start for a couple years, probably at least 2 years, so we can, you know, do whatever we want to do. Just, you know, feed all the points into his elusive back archetype or whatever we want to do. So year 7, we still have to keep Dak as our starter, even though Human's getting ready to take over sooner than later. Dak still had one of his better years for us last season, and he won us another Super Bowl. On the offense, though, we got a new center in Jimmy Morsey out of Pitt. He's actually a real player. He's one of the better centers in college football right now. Zach Martin, I guess that's glitchy, man. Remember we had it. I can't remember what rebuild it was, but it was like, no, I have no idea. But there was we had a rebuild where like the guy retired, was a lineman too, and he just would not leave the building. Just kept returning, was not retiring, was pulling like the Undertaker or something. Just kept coming back. What is kind of cool though is the worst pick that we made is a hidden dev, the running back we got in the 7th round. Cool. Man came out star dev. We got a lot of star devs on offense. Wish we had a couple more superstars. Defensively, nothing's really going to change except we're going to be going with Vincent as our starting middle linebacker. A lot of goal, man. Look at that. D-end taking over Tank Lawrence. Don't have his replacement in place. We have, here we got Burnett, and we can move Burnett to safety. Like that's probably the better spot for him to be, especially because he's almost 230 pounds. Move him to strong safety, put him more in the box, and then we can have Robinson there. But you know, it's a transitionary period team. We got you know, we won the Super Bowl, but there's a lot of not star power, especially on the defensive side. So hopefully the offense can carry the load this year while we get another offseason to try to retool the defense. Week 2, one of our bronze on defense, Thurman Bynes, got himself a star dev plus 5,000 XP. He's our starting corner, one of them. And then we got Kirkland Bullow, one of our wide receivers, depth wide receivers, I believe. Yeah, we're looking to go up another dev trait. Kill. Under our bye here in year number 8, we're 5-2. Pretty close NFC East between us, the Eagles, and the Giants. So we cannot let our foot off the gas, or bad things are going to happen. We got Darren Spencer, who actually I just picked up off the free agency wire here at linebacker. I think I'll try to keep him a little bit. He's been solid. Neville Gallimore, 29. Give him a 2-year deal if he'll take that. We actually are starting to have a little bit of salary cap, which is nice. Tyron Smith has held on to his rating fairly well, so I like him. Dewan Booth has been a solid wide receiver prospect. Even though no one's playing well, you want to gamble with that age and that upside. We got Keith Holliday as a defensive end. A little bit big for our scheme. Might be more comfortable as a 3-4, but we want to keep him around. The big question comes from Mr. Dak Prescott, if it's worth keeping him. I'll offer him this deal, 2 years. He wants more money. Of course he wants more money. And then mid-season, just after mid-season, Burnett, the one player we signed in free agency, is now a superstar dev trait, strong safety. Nice. And just like that, we made it 7-7, 12-4. How are they so good, and why are they so good? We had a Week 17 victory over the Panthers. We had a Player of the Week with Zeke, just dominance yet again. I will have to say the next thing I'm saving up to spend my Coach XP on is going to be my retirement influence for running backs, because I want Zeke to be here for the full 10 seasons. Look at the stats here, how we got here. Dak played pretty well. Again, obviously his yards are never going to be crazy because we have Zeke, but 31 touchdowns, 6 picks. We did re-sign him for 2 more years. Human might have to wait a little bit longer. Zeke, big year again. Maybe not as dominant as years past, but still, you know, pretty goddamn good. Probably the best running back in the league. CeeDee Lamb actually had a nice year. Almost. We're getting close to 1,000 in that territory, in that area code. 10 touchdowns. Defensively, Vander Esch, 97 tackles. Had to step up because no more Jalen Smith. 10.5 sacks for Neville Gallimore. Interceptions. We got 2 picks there for Burnett, who we signed as an 84 star, and he's now up to an 86. 87 with Morale superstar. So that was a great investment in free agency. We only signed him like $6 million. Something crazy like that. MVP Justin Fields. Offensive Player of the Year Justin Fields. Fred Warner. What? We didn't even win best running back? But Zach Martin, automatic best lineman. I wonder if actually, I want to see that. If best lineman shows up like on his little player card, how many times he's actually won it. We're in year 8. He must have won at least 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every year except 2019. Oh, this would have been that. So yeah, dominant, utter dominance, complete and utter dominance here in year number 7. So let's figure out who we're taking on in the divisional round. Let's bring the ruckus. Let's bring the pain. And, okay, I'm not even going to entertain the thought that Zach Martin's going to retire, because that's just some bug that I don't want to care about or, like, again, even entertain. But we're taking on the 9-7 Vikings at home. Let's rock them. Okay. Weird. All right. Well, I don't think we've played a lot of, like, fringe playoff teams. I always feel like we're playing, like, consistently, like, 10-win, 11-win teams right away. So the fact that we're taking on our first, like, should they have made the playoffs? I'm a little worried. Down 6-0. With a touchdown just like that. Our defense coming playing strong here. Holding them to only 1 touchdown so far, but they were able to get a 2-point conversion. Down 7. Down 14. Come on, we need a touchdown here. We are the we are the Patriots now. We are the Patriots, and Dak Prescott has disgustingly somehow become Tom Brady. So we're going to need to get a stop here. Well, I mean, Dak played well. 3 touchdowns, 260 yards. They just said, we're not going to let Ezekiel Elliott beat us. And I guess Jameis Winston did enough to knock the Dallas Cowboys out of the playoffs in year 7. Let's get into year 8. Actually, we only have $10 million, so really not any money to sign anyone that's really going to be an upgrade. This guy would be Bogan. I actually kind of really want him. I don't know what the max I can offer him. Okay, we're going to come in 1 point, 2 points over the Packers. It's going to be tight. And he rejects it. Easily the most amount of adversity we've faced so far. Through 7 years in the Cowboys rebuild was getting knocked from the playoffs and then not getting the 1 free agency target we wanted. I feel so first world probs. Our draft class here was, below average. We just tried to go for position of need. We needed a D end because we missed the guy in free agency, and this was the best one available. Dalen Pritchett, 72 normal. Actually, might have a chance at starting. That's how dire things are. We got a really nice tackle prospect here. Garrison Lyon, 75 out of Vandy. And obviously, the normal dev's a little annoying, but it is what it is. We got Allen Westbrook, 69 center. He's number 32 in true talent out of Florida. We got a 70 free safety here. Agnew out of Virginia Tech. Hidden dev. So he might, I like the size too. 6'4", 200 pounds. He might got something there. And then I just sent out the draft because we had a boatload of picks. But generally, not a great offseason either to end with a very quick playoff exit. So let's turn things around here in year 8. So to start year number 8, the team's just getting old and we're not drafting particularly well. We're not landing guys in free agency. The good news is that Reed is a superstar running back, so that's cool. Whenever, if ever, Zeke retires, we have a nice guy in the pipeline. CeeDee Lamb's a new member of the 99 Club. We're going to still go with Dak over Man, even though Man is a higher overall. Dak is still responsible for 7 divisional titles and 4 Super Bowls. So, till that doesn't happen, we're going to ride him into the ground. Offensive line, get a couple new starters here. Filet will start at right tackle. He's been on the team for a while. He was like in our first draft class, taking over for Lael Collins. And we're going to go Westbrook, our second-round pick. We'll start at center. Even though, we got Griffith here. He could play somewhere. 6'5". He probably actually might be more better suited to be our tackle, to be honest with you. But we could also put him at center. Let's just do it. He'll be a gigantic center, the biggest center the NFL has ever seen. Defensively, Pritchett, our first-round pick, will actually get a start at defensive end, even though he doesn't have a particularly great dev trait. And everything else will remain the same. All of our starters from last year return. By in year 8, I think Dak is starting to show his age a little bit. It's an early bye. Still a lot can happen. We're only a game back in the NFC East, but 2-2. We usually lose 2 times total in a season. But again, Dak has failed to none. He's failed us really none. None times. 0. Zilch so far. So we gotta trust him, man. And Zach Martin will not retire. So we'll just keep hooking him up with 1 year. We got Van Der Esch. He wants a 3-year. Sure. Oh, he wants more money. Bynes. Big time contract for a corner. He wants more money. Jesus, all these guys are being assholes. But I will try at least to re-up with Martin, Van Der Esch, and Bynes at least one more time. But there will be a breaking point if they don't take my next offer. And at the end of year 8, we failed to make the playoffs for the first time. It's a 3-way tie at the NFCs, 9-7 between the Giants, Cowboys, and Redskins, and we probably lost both games to Giants or something. It's come to an end. I'm doing that right now because it's come to an end. Dak Prescott, I'm watching him have like 36 touchdowns or something like that. Oh, he didn't play brutal. Oh, more interceptions. He's been playing turnover-free football throughout our terrorizing 7-year dominant run. And here in year 8, definitely a little bit more in the interceptions. Zeke's still dominant. Nothing too spectacular from any of our receivers. Defensively, Anthony Hines stepping up. 96 tackles, 11 TFLs, 3 sacks, 2 picks. 14.5 sacks for Dwight Samuel. 13 for Neville Gallimore. 4 picks, Burnett. I like seeing that. We're still somehow the 6th offense in the NFL, thanks to Ezekiel Elliott. Doesn't have any ranking for us defensively. Nugent, random guy for the Titans, is the MVP. The NFC... I'm going to say, Dalen Pritchett, our defensive end, our first-round pick, is the Defensive Rookie of the Year. And what? Zach Martin regressed. That's probably what happened. Zach Martin stopped dominating, and we started losing. He is the most important player on our team, not named Ezekiel Elliott, okay? Anyways, nothing here. Let's go. I mean, it was going to have to end at some point, but it would have been kind of cool. Even though it was Dallas to win 10 straight divisional titles. But hey, let's shoot for 9. Right now the record is 8 with the Buffalo Bills, so let's see if we can at least tie that. And for year 8 into year 9 free agency, we have no money. Gonna have to cut someone. This draft class was dog shit. I made 2 picks, simmed it out. Everyone was red. I got a 73 D end, number 3. Number 3 in true talent. Number 3 in true talent. 73 normal. And then I got Feeney. I think he was in the teens, like 16, 17. He's 70 normal. Just, like, did anyone eat? At pick 1 was the best. Williamson at the D end here. 78. What's he, superstar? He's a beast. There's your number 1 player. Year 9 for the Dallas Cowboys, and it's time for a new-look Dallas Cowboys. Human is going to be our starting quarterback. We're going to move on from Dak Prescott. Still got Zeke, still got CeeDee Lamb. Offense is generally still the same across the board here. Offensive line's the same. We still got Tyron Smith and Zach Martin. Defensively, I don't think we have a single new starter either. Agnew at free safety. So we got a new free safety. That's it. New free safety. New quarterback. We were tied, 3-way tie. That's what cost us our 8th straight divisional title. Let's get number 8 this season here in year 9. Bye in year number 9. Year 9, yes. We're 8-1. Top dogs in the NFC, making the right decision, going with Human, who's playing. I mean, the yards, I'm never ever going to have crazy yards because, you know, we run the ball so well. Touchdowns, he's playing like a top 10 quarterback. We have a breakout scenario here for one of our wideouts. Not sure who. Kirkland Wiggins. So he's looking to get up to a superstar dev. That'd be nice. Contracts, who do we want? Coming back for the final year of this rebuild. Definitely Burnett, who's been our best free agency signing by a mile. We got Zach Martin. It'd be nice if he could stay here for his entire career, play till he's 38. Now we get Neville Gallimore's actually been a beast for us. One of the best D tackles ever. He gets like 10 sacks a year automatically. We got Trayvon Diggs. Would like to keep him. Tyron Smith would like to keep him. Really? If we can get Wiggins, because this wide receivers are tough to come by at this point. So if we can get Tyron Smith, Neville Gallimore, and Zach Martin, there's a good chance that one, if not both, Martin and Smith would retire, which would also free up salary cap for us to make a big splash for year 10. I mean, we're sitting in a great spot. And at the end of year 9, we got our divisional title, our 8th divisional title, which ties for the record most we've ever had. It was close. We finished 10-6, tied with the Giants, but we had the edge. We lost a lot of games. Like after that bye, how do I see this? Give me this. After that bye, that we kind of like, that's where we always stop at the midway point. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We lost 5 in a row. Luckily, we were able to win the final 2. Dominant performance against Green Bay to sneak into the playoffs. We had a weekly award in week 17. Went to Holiday with 2 sacks. I like seeing that, but we have to run the gauntlet here. We have to find out right away, though, who the best team is in the NFC East. It's a battle of the 10-6 Cowboys and the 10-6 Giants. Statistically, Hugh played well. 8 in the league in touchdowns. It's not a staggering season, but anytime you're top 10 in tutties in your first year as a starter, pretty damn good. Zeke Elliott, he's a beast, man. He's a god. He's an absolute god. No dominant receiver, which is normal. Hines led the team in tackles. We got 10 sacks Pritchett, 2 picks Vander Esch, 2 for Diggs. Yearly awards, quick look here. MVP Justin Fields yet again. He's won a couple of them. Zeke Elliott is Offensive Player of the Year. Zeke Elliott's Running Back of the Year. We have nothing for the individual awards. However, it's the end of Dak Prescott, so this is how Dak is going to finish his career. He's going to finish with 7 divisional titles, 4 Super Bowls, 42,000 passing yards, 338 touchdowns to 100 picks. Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. There's no other way to put it. He is a Hall of Fame quarterback, and I am considering just throwing him in there for the playoff run. Should we do that? I'm going to do that just to make things interesting. We still have year 10 that we can go all in with man for the season and the playoffs. But now that we're in the playoffs, it's like Carson Wentz, Nick Foles. You got Nick Foles here. Just maybe he could go on a run. Outside the box thinking, we're going Dak Prescott in the sim. Didn't play it all this season. I don't know if it's going to come back to bite us in the ass. It just feels like something that we should try. Something that we should try, and if it comes back to bite us in the ass, we still have year 10 of the rebuild to make amends for that. But I just feel like we know Dak Prescott finds a way in the sim to win. We don't know. It's the unknown with Human. So let's see. We're going to run the gauntlet. I want Dak Prescott under center in his final year of the Dallas Cowboys. One final hurrah, and he kicks things off with a dominant wild card victory. Almost 83% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns. Clearly hand the ball to Zeke a lot with 122 yards for him. But big impressive performance. 24-7. Cowboys moving on. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who oddly enough have Chase Young. They landed him in free agency. This is obviously way beyond your Brady and Gronk Bucks. And we started out with a nice 7-0. They tied up 7-7 apiece. But we're going up and down the field, and we're not settling for field goals. Got another touchdown drive led by Dak Prescott and Ezekiel. It's just a chemistry that you cannot teach in the sim. The sim recognizes that Dak can hand the ball out to Zeke like no other quarterback, and they've been very favorable to us so far. But Tampa's being very tough. Thorn in the side here. They got a field goal lead, $1:49 to go. Dak Prescott, this is your career. You are playing for it. 4th down will come in. 4th and 2 will come in with all Mr. Dakota Rain. We're going to do what he does best and hand this ball off to Ezekiel Elliott for the first down. Watch this. It's going to work. Running right at Chase Young. And there's the first down. And there's the chain mover. And they've actually done a fairly good job containing Ezekiel Elliott. He only has 88 yards. 3rd down. Burn the timeout. Because look, see? See that? It was like, hey, hop in and come play. You want me to kick the field goal here? I don't want to kick a field goal and win. Oh, we missed. Bullshit. Like he shanked like a 41-yard field goal. And we're $7 million over the cap. We can't even sign anybody. No one retired. We have everyone coming back, so we're going to have to make some cuts. A tough cut here or there. All right, so we got to do down to about $3 million, and there is one, easy cut to make, and that is going to be our tight end, Charlie Kolar. He's going to have to go. He's been here for a while. He's been consistent. Never really had a breakout year, but he's been pretty damn consistent. Solid tight end. No real complaints for a guy that came in as just kind of an average guy. But you have to be sacrificed so that we can play in year 10. Thanks. We came into this final draft needing two positions. We needed a linebacker and a tight end. We got one, and we have a tight end that might actually have a chance of starting. I simmed it out after the tackle pick, but look at this linebacker. We're going to move him inside to middle linebacker. 75 hidden dev. Matt Ransom out of San Diego State. Looks like one hell of a player. I don't know what his rating is going to shift to when you move into middle. Ooh. It's not nearly as good, but he's still one hell of a player and going to be a day one starter for us alongside Leighton Vander Esch. Here we go, year 10, the end of the road for the Cowboys. We're still a pretty good team. 86 overall, 88 offense, 84 defense. Man is our starter as we've moved on from Dak Prescott. We still got Zeke, CeeDee Lamb doing their thing. Skill positions are on point. Offensive line, we still got Zach Martin and Tyron Smith. Vera Tucker's been here for a very long time. He's been here, what, 8 years? 8 of the 10 years. We had 84. O-line strong. Tight end is definitely weak. We had to cut it. Obviously, we had to cut our tight end to mate salary cap requirements. Defensively, it's old. It's an older defense. Gallimore's getting up there in age. Diggs getting up there in age. Vander Esch getting up there in age. But I think we could use this experience to our advantage. We're not a powerhouse juggernaut, but we're still definitely a team that can secure their 9th divisional title and go on a Cinderella run here in year number 10. And the record has been set. Our 9th divisional title, and it's our best record yet. We had a bunch of 12-4s in the prime of this Dallas Cowboy team. This is our first 13-3, so that's pretty damn cool. Looking at the stats here, how did we get to this point? Man was solid. No turnovers, played turnover-free football. Zeke dominant yet again. 1,900 yards, 14 touchdowns. Solid year out of CeeDee Lamb. Defensively, Burnett, 87 tackles, 3 picks. 9.5 sacks Holiday, 9 for Spencer. We had the number 1 offense in the National Football League. Defensively, 12th. That's a really well-balanced team. MVP went to Deshaun Watson. Zeke was a runner-up. I don't think we got a single MVP award for Zeke. Man coming in number 7 in the NFC. Did we get Coach of the Year? Oh, of course we didn't. Zeke's Offensive Player of the Year. We got Running Back of the Year, Zeke Elliott. That's actually it. Fairly light on the awards. I want to see, though, did Zeke ever win an MVP? I feel like he's been second place like 2 or 3 times. Made 13 Pro Bowls. Yeah, he's never been MVP. That's ridiculous. Anyways, we got a first-round bye here in year number 10. And we're going to kick things off looking for our 5th Super Bowl title. Zach Martin's still where he's been retiring for 5 years now. But we kick things off against, that is a juicy opponent here for our final playoff run, the 9-7 Philadelphia Eagles. Year 10, we'll Papa Bear it. We'll hop in if we need to. Things start getting a little weird. We start, just not scoring. We go 3 quarters though scoring. I might have to come in the 4th quarter. Philly got a lead here, 14-7. The number 1 offense in the National Football League has been held to 7 points here in this game. See, things are getting a little shenanigan-y. Come on. All right, man. They haven't needed me to come in yet. I will come in on this drive. If you give me a chance on this drive, we'll come in. 31 seconds. 4 verts. No timeouts. We got CeeDee Lamb, press man coverage at the top. I'm going to take the... Oh, my God. He just burned him. Boom. Plug and play right there. Too easy. No safety help. Definitely needed safety help. CeeDee Lamb still like a 94, 95 overall. 60-yard touchdown. Ice in his veins as we're going to force this one to overtime. Give me a chance to hop in. Oh, we just kick the field goal and win it. There you go. Professionally done here in year 10. This is a franchise that is nothing but winning right now in this last 10 years since I've taken over because Jerry Jones is an idiot. So we're going to win games like that because we have that pedigree. CeeDee Lamb, 165 yards. Zeke, almost 200 yards on the ground as Philly is gone. Put up a great effort, but they gone, and Dallas is back to the NFC Championship. Against another one of our rivals in this rebuild. It's been outside of our division, the NFC. It's been Arizona and Carolina, the two teams we have played a whole lot. And when the Super Bowl on the line, the stakes have never been higher because I don't think we've ever played the Cardinals in a championship game, but maybe we have. Again, I don't have the greatest memory, and we've been here so much, it just kind of gets all blurry a little bit. But right now, we're playing well. I will, much like the Eagles game, if things need me to come in, if I need to interject a little bit, I will. So we didn't get any points on that drive. That was kind of disgusting. Wow. That's how it ends, huh? Didn't even get a chance to come in. 100 yards Zeke. Man was not good. Oh, man, he wasn't good. That's not really how I thought this one was going to end. So let's end on a better note, and let's just go look at all of our players' ridiculous stats from this 10-year period where we have 9 divisional titles and 4 Super Bowls. So look at this illustrious team that, as of right now, is the best team we've ever had in a rebuild. You know, you got really the wide receivers have been disappointing. I mean, full credit Zach Martin and Tyron Smith for staying through it for 10 years. They've been, you know, Hall of Famers. Zeke Elliott, I just can't wait to see. He's definitely the number 1 running back. I would be shocked if he's not the number 1 running back for all the records. Gallimore stats should be crazy. Van Der Esch should also have some really good stats here. Let's look at their careers. Hugh Man, okay, obviously not him, but Zeke Elliott, almost 24,000 rushing yards and 189 touchdowns. Insanity. We got 7,057 touchdowns for CeeDee Lamb. Zeke also chipped in almost 5,000 receiving yards and 36 total touchdowns. Defensively, 1,100 tackles, 55 TFLs, 32 sacks, 16 picks for Van Der Esch. Really damn good. 840 tackles, 14 picks for Trayvon Diggs. We got 75 tackles that went for sacks and 109 TFLs for Neville Gallimore. That's a D tackle. Those are really, really, really good defensive tackle numbers. Nothing too crazy outside of that for interceptions. But let's just kind of see how Zeke, NFL record-wise, in a career, rushing yards. Zeke Elliott is number 1 by a lot. See, those Zeke Elliott, Christian McCaffrey, Cowboy Panther games were really the 2 best running backs in NFL history going head-to-head time and time again. But that is insanity to have that much more rushing yards than anybody else. And for touchdowns, there you go, past Emmitt Smith. So we finished this rebuild with Zeke Elliott being the greatest running back in National Football League history. And we had one of the greatest dynasty runs. Look at all the Super Bowl trophies right there behind Mike McCarthy. So, as much as this paid me to do as an Eagle fan, we got through the Dallas Cowboy rebuild, and at least it was successful, and that kind of kept us going. So, I hope you guys did enjoy it. Smash that like button if you did enjoy, because likes help the old YouTube algorithm, help out old C4. Subscribe if it's your first time stopping by, because we're very close to 130,000. Because you guys made a bunch of votes and stuff, the next rebuild will be the Indianapolis Colts, and part 1 should be dropping on Friday. And I will have a new episode of Flashback Pink Slips tomorrow. So I'll see you guys back here. Thanks for watching, and peace out.